So welcome to our webinar tonight on holiday cocktails. We're really pleased you can join us. I'd like to introduce you to our speakers. We have two speakers tonight. First, we have Susan Maddox. Susan is a regular speaker at our library. You may have seen her in our library or in this webinar format the last few months. But she's taught our patrons on how to make many things, everything from Mother's Day brunch to spring salads to recently we did autumn desserts. So she's just a pleasure to work with, and we're very pleased to have her back. And then we also have with us Chris Stroner, who is a certified sommelier. He has worked in the hospitality industry for over 10 years and loves talking about all things beverage. He has managed many cocktail programs for large and small restaurants with more than 100 different spirits. So we're looking forward to Chris's input tonight. And I'm going to turn things over to the two of you.
Thank you. Chris, I'm going to let you get things started.
Sure. All right. So obviously we're going to go, well, hello, everyone. I should start with that, of course, but hello. Of course, we are going to be doing 4 different cocktails tonight. I know it's kind of secret. The 4th one was a last minute ad, so we don't have a recipe on there because it's super simple, but we have 4 different drinks tonight. Ones that I chose for the holiday cocktails are going to be including a Mule wine, which is the first one we're going to make, and then we have the wonderful Peppermint white chocolate Martini, and of course, great cocktail, especially for the holidays with peppermint, as speaking of peppermint schnapps, of course. And then the 2 last cocktails are the Cranberry Moscow Mule, obviously a kind of a little riff on the Moscow Mule for us. Cranberry is great this time of year. I love cranberry jelly and cranberry for this season, of course. And great to put in a cocktail. But then the last one is the sneaky one, and that's the eggnog. Everybody,
right?
I know, right? Everybody has eggnog this time of year, and it's fun to just spice that one up a little bit. So anyways, those are the 4 cocktails that we're going to do this evening, and we have some food as well that Chef you created, correct?
Yes, and thanks, Chris. I went ahead and again, it is so much having, people say it's great having friends as a chef. Well, it's great having friends as a sommelier. So it's the best of both worlds. So we did a twist on some glasses, had some fun. I made some simple, easy snacks. We didn't even put the recipes down because these are just fun. Chris sent the recipes over to me and he said, fun snacks, and here we are. So sit back, enjoy the video, and Chris and I will both be here at the end to answer any and all questions. Thank you so much, and we look forward to chatting with you soon.
Hi, everybody. Chef Susan Maddox. You know me. It is that time. Guess what? Holidays are here. I am ready for fun. But I want to share with you, I have a guest in my kitchen today. I know you're all going, Michael. It is not Michael. Hi, he's a given. We invited our friend over. Chris, come on in. Everybody, this is our friend Chris. Chris here, everybody's like so excited to have 2 chefs. Well, guess what? Chris is a mixologist. That's right. So he is here to help me. I can do that food thing, but drinks, it's all about Chris. Okay, he's very polite because he wants to eat. He's very nice to me. I'm hungry. Yeah, so he can handle the drinks and I will handle the food. So I'm ready if you're ready. Chris, what are you going to make for us today?
Yeah, so we're going to make a couple different holiday drinks that are really popular right now. The first one is Mule wine. A lot of times it's seen at the holiday season right around now, and it's also known in Germany as Glühwein, and so it's going to be a spiced wine, and it's really, really delicious. We're going to be making a Cranberry Moscow Mule. Who doesn't love cranberry this time of year right now?
Definitely.
And a Peppermint white chocolate Martini, because You have to have peppermint. And my wife would be like a miss
Yes.
if we didn't have peppermint.
Right. My child thinks it's a food group, and me, it's a love-hate. But trust me, I did quality control, and it is a good one.
Exactly.
So let's get started.
Awesome. Cool. So first things first, we're going to make that mulled wine. And so for those things, it's really simple. It's a lot of fun, actually. I just bought any red wine, dry red wine. I mean, you can buy any one that you want, of course. But what you're going to do is you're going to want to heat this all up together. And so what we are going to do is put it all together. So if you will, pour some wine for me.
Okay, so here we are, because you guys know me, and welcome to Chris.
Yeah.
So Chris is a newlywed. So he's like, hey, I have this fondue pot. What do you think? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this will be perfect. It's non-commitment.
That's right.
And of course, who doesn't love a fondue pot? Because everybody, so we're going to use this for our drink.
It was the best thing I could find, though a crock pot works just as well.
Right.
So if that's more your speed, totally fine. But it's kind of fun to try different things that way. Now, last thing, you're going to be adding this, going to be heating it all up. And so now what we need to do is add some orange slices. So if you wouldn't mind slicing.
This is why we get along.
Me, right?
So knife safety. Remember, don't forget to put a towel underneath your board, because it's not fun if we have to fill out an accident report. Trust me. So I have my orange, and I went ahead and I ran mine under hot water. So then it smells great. The flavor is going to be lovely. Again, this is kind of like potpourri. It's so funny when people are like, what is that great smell? Yankee Candle makes one. We laugh so hard. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to slice. How many slices do you want?
It says cut the whole orange, so what we want to do is do most of it, but you can do as much orange or as little orange as you want. So I like to do half moons, so cutting them in half then, just so they fit in that pot a little bit better and get more of the juices.
Okay, so when Chris isn't over, I just want to share this with you. I've cheated. I've totally cheated. I've used canned mandarin oranges,
Yes.
Okay? So they're great because, again, what are we going to do with the rind? But when Chris is over, we have to be professional. I know. So in?
Yes, all in.
All in.
And
okay.
now, on top of that, we're going to add some clove and some spice. So whole clove, we're going to add the allspice and the star anise. Excuse me, not allspice, star anise and cinnamon. I always get them confused. I apologize.
But the big thing is, these we are not eating.
No, don't eat them. They will not be good.
No matter how much you've consumed, right?
Yes.
We're being polite. How much you've consumed, you want to make sure these are still not edible.
No.
Okay. Tell your friends. And if you want to, sometimes I will do the fruit, and then I will put this goodness, and it's. I know, it just hurts Chris's heart. You could put the spices in a coffee filter. I know. This is when Chris isn't over, okay? Put it in a coffee filter, so then you could pull it out, and then you don't have to worry about those overserved guests who think that they can eat this.
Or try to smoke it, kind of a thing.
Right.
It's always those punny things that they're like, oh, it's a cigar now, right?
Yeah, they think it's so funny.
Exactly. So any of those spices, if you wanted to, certainly, yes, grind them up, makes it easier to do that. Put it in a coffee filter so you get all the flavors. That's warming up. And so that's literally all that you're going to do. Now, if you want to add a little bit more to it, because everybody has those bottles of whatever hang around your kitchen, right?
Yes.
So I have a little bit of rum. A lot of times people like to put brandy in it, so that's another option for you. You can put whiskey too. I like any of those, but we like to spice it up, so I'm going to put a little bit of rum. I normally say like 2 ounces, which is a quarter cup. So we'll do a little.
For the bottle?
Yes.
2 ounces.
So 2 ounces. If you don't want to eyeball it like Chef is here, you can also use the little thing, but it's okay.
Details.
That's the fun part about making mulled wine. You can make it as delicious or.
And sometimes, again, I'm a triple sec girl because I always have it for cooking. Yes. So I put triple sec in mine. But again, welcome to the professional. I'm just here for fun.
Well, and again, you're going to get that orange flavor from that triple sec, which you're getting same from these oranges. So again, it's really important to get that citrus quality in there, and it's all going to be really nice because you're going to get a little bit more boozy, if you will. So
Definitely.
the other thing that we're adding in there is apples today. They're in season right now, and they're absolutely delicious. They add another great component to it.
Chris was giving me a hard time. Because we're using his fondue, you know, again, welcome to, he's the newlywed, not me. So I put apple and then the orange on top. So if you want to have friends and you want to have a bite, no double dipping, right?
Exactly.
No double dipping.
No.
And you can go ahead and have that as a fun snack.
Exactly.
And stuff. But we're going to let this heat up.
Yeah,
and everything.
we're going to let that heat up, and you just kind of let it go. And so that's kind of the fun part about it. You don't want to get it too hot, but then...
Well, Chris thinks it's all about him. Guess what? It is not. I'm here.
Man.
Remember me? So I have a great board that I made with this one because this is crowd friendly. This is why Chris picked it. It's crowd friendly and everything. So I went ahead and instead of using a board, because again, every day is a different day when he comes over. Chris is like, okay, never thought of doing that with it. So I have a beautiful mirror over here that I made a cheese board on. Yep. So I have some goat cheese with honey. I have some wonderful triple cream brie with apricot glaze on top. And then for fun, because again, I'm trying to impress Chris, I picked up some some smoked apple chicken sausage, sauteed them, and I put them on my board.
It looks so delicious.
And again, we did have a snack.
We did. It looked so delicious. We had a taste of it. They were really good.
So the great thing is, again, every day is a different day, and coming with this white cheddar would be wonderful. Yes. And again, we have the apples and everything, but this is what I chose to go with it because, again, we're trying to impress the crowd.
That's right.
And again, I know that we're all going to be small and intimate.
That's right. And
welcome to one bottle, but just, you know, the cheeses they can sit out and get warm, and as your wine's warming up, your cheese is going to warm up, and you're ready to go. So what should we make next?
So we are going to make that peppermint white chocolate martini. So we're going to do a little shaking, if you will, right? We have to do a little shaking. And so I like to use the cup and shaker, but you also can get one of those ones that just have a little shaker and you shake on top. So either one you want, of course, both work for us. But when we do this, you're going to need ice. So I'm going to get some ice here from our wonderful ice chest.
Okay. I'm going to quick wipe off the board in case he needs my help.
Exactly.
And the great thing about this is you can set up a station like how Chris has done. And, you know, take a little chalkboard. You know me, I've got my handy chalkboard. And again, you know, Chris and I, we've had parties together and everything. And Chris will write his drinks out on a chalkboard, and then you can order what you want. And he picks, you know, 3 great drinks. Yep. So then you don't have to buy a whole bar.
Right.
You know, that's the biggest thing.
It's always so hard to know what you're going to have on bar. And so it's just easier that way.
You know, and that's the greatest thing. So here we go.
Exactly. So now that you have your ice, any peppermint schnapps, you're going to have peppermint schnapps in this. A white chocolate liqueur. I like Godiva, though also I got Sean's. That's another white chocolate liqueur. So we're going to use those 2 things as your main options, kind of give that flavor, and then vodka. Any vodka will do. I have the Kettle One vodka, so we're going to do 2 ounces of Kettle One. I like to start with the vodka here. And just in case you don't have a measuring thing, or you don't have the little jigger, as they call it here, it's 1.5 ounces. I'm going to do it a little more professionally here, but no worries. And then we're going to do 2 ounces of this. And then you're going to do 2 ounces of the chocolate.
Oh, ta-da, this is why you invite me over.
Exactly.
You notice he doesn't trust me. Why don't you bring your cup over a little? I was going to say, he must be worried.
I'm sorry.
Right? Okay, so what am I doing?
Well, you do 2 ounces. So 1.5 is a big one. And then what we're going to do is like 3/4 of the bottom one, because that's 0.7. So we're going to, I know, right?
So fancy. If you are at my house, I use a measuring cup.
Yes.
I know, and he laughs all the time.
Look,
Chris has walked into my house,
I'm sorry.
and he goes, doesn't even say hello and says, do you have a muddler? And it's like, wow, I feel so loved. I do. Okay, so now what are we doing?
So we're going to do actually a half ounce of this peppermint schnapps as well. So who doesn't love peppermint schnapps right now? I'm just saying it's delicious. And then the last thing that we're going to do, so this is where we're going to get into that shaking now, which is going to be fun, right?
Okay.
And so we will shake this drink, but before we get there, we need to get our glass ready. See, this is the part that we have to remember that we need to get to. And so what I have done here, so we actually have a little bit of, I use like this dulce de leche, and you can also use.
You guys know me, and again, welcome to Chris and I.
Yes.
So I'm all about the caramel because we have made it with the panna cotta. And you know, there's many holidays that who doesn't love a good caramel?
Yes.
But this is great. I can use it for baking and use it again for drinks and stuff. But with us, we're not asking you to run out and buy a ton of stuff.
No.
This is stuff that you have at home. Like I said, welcome to simple syrup. We've talked about it many times. Cup of sugar to a cup of water. Do a light simmer. You're ready to go. Honey. I have a jar over here in case he needs it. And that's the great thing. This, it's a perfect size. It goes into your refrigerator when you're done. You can find it you can find it in the bar area. Yep. But I told Chris, I go, not me. I find it over with the Spanish ingredients.
Yep.
So, like I said, you could get the caramel or you can get this.
Exactly.
So we love it both.
Either way, what you're trying to do here is rim the glass. So will you demonstrate, Susan, or do you want me to?
Oh, I'm going to let him do, he's going to do the fancy part.
Oh.
So me, this is all about, kind of like I say, put the lipstick on, and he's going to put the finishing touch. So I like having the plate. And again, we've had little ones at our family events and everything, and we've done it with the kids and put just cold hot chocolate in this.
Ooh,
and they had, I don't know how much hot chocolate got in the cup that day. It was kind of funny, but yeah, we had a good time. So, okay, so as you can see, I am rimming the glass. I'm having way too much fun.
Yep. And it might get a little messy, but that's good. That's actually very good, right?
And you see how, that's why I'm holding it up here, so you can see how we don't need a vat on, because it's all about Chris. So now it's Chris's turn. Chris, here you go.
So now what I have done here on this plate, I've crushed 2 candy canes, because what would it be a peppermint white chocolate martini without candy canes?
That's why I'm letting him do this to make it, he has the pretty part.
I have the pretty part. Yes, I do have the pretty part. And so you're going to want to get all of those wonderful little pieces that you have here.
Now, the great thing is, if you have a big group, go ahead, get the candy canes that aren't in the wrapper, and I throw it in the food processor.
Oh, yes.
And trust me, pulse it, because the last time I tried to impress Chris, I overground. Okay, hi. You know, you asked me, and I did it. So I overground it. But see how pretty this looks? Aren't we fun? Now,
go ahead.
I was going to say we don't want to overtalk each other, so sorry. But if you do throw this in the fridge, because everybody thinks, oh, throw it in the fridge. It's a little bitey, and we've seen a couple glasses broke.
Yes.
So
be careful.
Yes. Okay, here we go.
So last thing we want to do is want to shake it. Now I like this shaker, obviously, so you can kind of see where it goes. I know.
See, and this is the ta-da.
The ta-da.
It is fun. It is way too much fun.
And then we're going to just pour that out. We're going to try to get as little of that wonderful ice in there as possible. And then...
Isn't he fancy?
I don't know about fancy, but I think it's delicious. And then if you really want to, you can go over the top and you can just take the candy cane and go.
He's so fancy. He is. Well, ta-da.
Ta-da.
Aren't we fun? And so the kids, because again, welcome to the kids. We don't want them to not be involved.
No.
One of the stores that we both love, They have peppermint mini marshmallows.
Oh,
So
yes.
it's so much fun on top. And like I said, we just did like an iced hot chocolate.
Yep.
And the kids got to shake, trust me. Recommend a lot of room. Chris is a professional, so recommend a lot of room.
You definitely
But
need some.
no, this is a great one. We're gonna set this over here
Oh,
on
yes.
our lovely mirror here. We're gonna show you, get a nice close-up of it.
Absolutely.
But Chris is like, what would you serve with it? And I'm like, again, if we're not having fun, we're going home.
No, absolutely not.
Right? At our house, we are
Yes.
fun.
Exactly.
So I went ahead, I got a brioche bun,
Mhm.
and Michael and I, you know us, the overachievers, as Chris says.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Shaker. So
I know, I'm sorry. Jeez.
So we made pepper jelly. We had way too much fun.
Oh,
So it's sweet and spicy because
Love it.
that's us. We're
Love
sweet
it.
and spicy.
yes.
So I cut the bun in half, and I'm using a little brioche bun. Chris likes these, Mr. You know those people, if you're non-carbing or we're only going to cheat, these are great because they're
Yes.
small. But this is so easy. You can buy the pepper jelly, right? And another great one is the, I was telling Chris about it, the chili hot sauce, because
yeah.
they're always making Asian and
Yeah.
stuff at their house.
Exactly.
And so he could use the chili hot sauce
That's
at
right.
his house. But me, I have homemade pepper jelly. I know.
Fancy over here. Fancy.
No, you guys know me. I've been out to the library. We're about fun. So I bought some prosciutto.
Oh, love
And-
prosciutto.
Right. And don't forget, again, we're using ingredients that are around the house.
Mhm.
And if you want, you could do salami, you could do turkey in this. You
Like
might have
salami.
some
Oh, my
left
goodness.
over
Okay.
because, that holiday thing.
Yes.
But we're putting our prosciutto in. And then I don't want anything else because, ta-da, here we go. I can line them up and then people, I have a little extra left.
Hey.
Welcome to a snack for Chris. Here we go.
Oh, yes.
Yum.
Mm.
He won't let me have a drink yet because I still have a knife. So,
You have to
Okay.
be careful with in the kitchen.
and the great thing about this is they're wonderful sandwiches, but my favorite, I like, it's something different. Welcome to the kids. We've been having a lot of fun and I turned Chris onto this. It is a sweet potato tortilla chip.
So good. I love tortilla chips.
So a little bit of sweet tortilla chip and it's fun. But this is where, Chris and I, we were talking about what do I serve with this? And I have a great pretzel
Yep.
that has chocolate and toffee on top.
Yep.
So again, we're having a lot of fun, but I
Yes.
know you have another drink to make. So
I do. We
let's
have
make another drink.
one more drink. I know it's crazy. It's a cranberry Moscow Mule. Now, if you're not familiar with what a Moscow Mule is, it's typically lime, vodka, and ginger beer. Thank you.
Yum.
I know, right? It's delicious. And for the season, obviously, cranberries are in season right now. And what better to pair with the ginger and the lime is cranberry, right?
Right?
I love cranberry at this time of year. And so we got some fresh cranberries. And so what I like to do is the other thing about a Moscow Mule is you need crushed ice. So before we muddle some of that cranberries up in there, we're going to actually make crushed ice. I know it's kind of sounds weird to say crushed ice, but
We were laughing at him. I just want to share this. All of us were together. Was there 8 or 10 of us?
I think there's about 8 of us.
Yes. So all of us are, and he goes, I'm going to show you how to crush ice. Now, we're laughing hysterically at him because it was summer and we were making, Moscow Mules, and he was giving us grief because he needed the muffler.
Absolutely. I'm going for it right now.
So you have your cup, you have your muffler, you have the ice. It sounds silly, but it does make a difference.
It does.
Because, of course, we just use the ice and
Yeah.
had it, and Chris was,
No,
oh no,
you have to have the crushed ice.
you have to have the crushed ice.
I'm throwing ice all over the place right now, so.
So get the kids involved,
It's a lot of fun. It gets messy, but that's the point, right? You want the crushed ice.
It is worth it, and it's a good workout.
Exactly. exact. My arms are already tired here.
Yeah.
So once you get your crushed ice,
Okay.
that's where you're going to want to get that in that glass. And so again,
it does make sense.
Right?
It does.
Now,
Mr. Show Off.
we're making a short one, but that's okay. You know what? You can do as much ice as you want. I'm going to pound the last of that in there. So it certainly takes some time to get it all done, but it will really make this drink excellent, and that's part of that Moscow Mule. And so what we're then going to do is add the 2 ounces of vodka to it.
Oh,
Please.
see? Ta-da!
Will you? And then
I'm not available for the holidays. I do have plans. Maybe Chris could come over and
Yes.
measure alcohol for you.
I can
but
measure alcohol,
Thank
absolutely.
you. Okay, so you
2
said 2
fingers are
ounces.
great.
I was paying attention.
Yes, 2 ounces.
2
Yeah.
ounces. Okay, here we go. I'm doing this. Okay. 1 1/2, and
That's
then
right.
we flip it.
Flip it.
Flip it. Okay.
And then
There we go.
while you're doing that, I'm going to actually do this. So this is going to be some fun. Now you're
I
using the
know.
muddler again, of course.
He just likes the muddler.
I do. There's
He does.
something about it. Like
Who else registers for 3 muddlers?
for my wedding. Yes, absolutely. I
Okay.
need more. So
Right.
what I like to do is use that same glass that I made the actual crushed ice in, and then
Yes.
I just literally take those fresh cranberries and do it
Yep.
at the bottom. Now, the cool trick,
Yes.
you were going to say it, so go ahead.
Okay. So there's many options. If you have, welcome to the cranberry sauce, you could use that.
Absolutely.
Or welcome to cranberry sparkling juice.
Yes.
Because we get the kids involved and they love, again, they can muddle the cranberries and they can use their sparkling cran juice.
Yes.
So again, we're all about family fun.
Yes.
And just a side note, welcome, both of us love to chat.
Yes.
But
If you couldn't tell
when
already.
we did it, we made a special area for the kids and really decorated it up, and Chris made a board,
Yep.
and so then they know over there instead of over here.
Exactly. Important to keep those separate, of
Yeah,
course.
definitely. Zone defense, zone defense. Okay, again,
All right.
here we go.
It's all right. So now what you're going to do is you're going to pour that back in there for me.
In we
I know.
go.
We're going to pour all of it, and it's all right. The ice will stick in there. That's fine. No, not a big deal, right?
Okay,
So now what we're going to do is we're going to mix it up, but we need to still add the lime because lime is important to this. And
that's
so
me.
will you cut that lime in half for me?
In half.
In half. Because
Got it.
what we're going to do is we're going to juice that lime. And so I just use my hand because I'm not fancy, but
Okay, again, Chris, welcome to rules. Again, welcome to the kitchen thing. So,
Exactly.
like I said, run it under hot water or pop it in your microwave because we want to get the most juice out of it.
Yep.
I have my juicer. Don't forget, a couple of you asked, cut side down. Yes. Here we go. And over top.
Yep.
It looks like kind of measured, but no, Chris. Oh, just use my hand.
I know. I'm just.
I know. Who invited Chris today, right? I know. But don't forget, when you're doing your juicer, tilt it to the side because you're still going to get juice out of it. And then, like Chris said, if you want to make a simple syrup, we could take these, 1 cup sugar,
Yep.
1 cup water,
Absolutely.
simmer this for 7 minutes, and we have a great simple syrup. Okay?
Love that kind of simple syrup. It's fantastic.
Okay.
So now the last thing we need to do is we can dump all of that back into the glass like we talked about. We're ready now. We're ready. Okay, so
Okay.
now the last things, and this is fun to do because we dump that back into the glass. So we have all of our drink done, but
Not Chris.
we have to finish it off with ginger beer because Moscow Mule, ginger beer, you have to have it. Of course, I'm using the Fever Tree. You can use whatever one you want.
Right.
It's always kind of up to you. So once we do that, that's going to give that bubble to that drink. It's really delicious. A lot of people like to use the mugs. I'm just easy. Do the glass. It's easy that way.
Because we're fun.
Exactly. So go ahead and pour the ingredients into the glass, and then we're going to top off with the ginger beer for me.
Just a side note. So
Yes.
I thought, again, I was going to be clever. So I added the ginger beer and I
Ooh.
shook.
It went everywhere. Let's just say that.
Luckily, we were outside and it was summer.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
stop
I remember that today.
laughing.
I'm sorry.
Stop laughing. Okay, I can admit my mistakes. I can. I was trying to impress Chris with my shaking skills because he showed us how to crush ice. So,
Yes.
So don't do that. That's
Don't.
our warning.
Do not shake it after you put in some kind of carbonated beverage, of course.
So many rules.
I
Makes
know,
it
right?
Fun.
So you're gonna have those cranberries floating around in it. Obviously, you top it off with a ginger beer. It's gonna give that really great flavor. And the last thing I like to do, I like to garnish with 3 cranberries right on top. So then you can eat them if you want to. It's just fun to look at. A lot of times you garnish also with a lime, so you can do that too, but I like cranberries.
Well, and the big thing is, I know the mugs are great. Trust me.
Absolutely.
Again, welcome to the newlywed.
Yes.
He registered for
I
it.
know.
And I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Me, I went ahead and I said, let's have some fun. It's a holiday time. Let's show this drink.
That's right.
So I'm going to set it over here on my board so you can see how fun we are today.
Exactly.
There's that.
And
Okay.
like we said, you can actually use that sparkling raspberry soda or cranberry juice instead of muddling the cranberries, or you can actually use that instead of the ginger beer. If you don't like ginger beer, I know my wife does not like it.
She
So
doesn't.
we do the cranberry juice. Makes it a little bit more red coloration, but really, really tasty too.
And also, we've also used San Pellegrino, the blood
Oh,
orange.
yes.
That was
That's
fun.
really
That was a
good.
fun day. We were out of the other, so, you know, San Pellegrino gives you the bubbles and it has that in it.
Sometimes you just work with what you got.
Right? We're not going to the store.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know me. Once I'm home, I'm home. I will not
That's
go
right.
to the store. So if you're following along, I'm going to go ahead and get some of this muddled wine
Yes.
out because Chris, I told him wrangle it in, but
Yep.
he didn't listen. So
Sorry.
Chris has one more. So he's going to get his ingredients.
I know, right? So
While I go ahead
So
and
we
do
love
this.
I love the like mugs for that one, but like I have my secret ingredient over here.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put my goodness in. And like I said, again, I can grab some fun stuff, but don't forget, you want to let your guests know, it's a chef in me, I have to wipe my
Yeah,
side.
absolutely.
You want your guests to know, hi, don't eat the spices,
No.
okay? So we're gonna set this over here. So we have the 3 recipes for you, but this one, welcome to Chris. We're
That's
all
right.
about fun and everything. And we have 3 great snacks.
Absolutely.
Our cheese board, because
It
it's
is.
warming up while our wine was warming up.
That's right.
We had our martini, because it's just fun. And don't forget,
Pinkies
use some
up for that one,
cheaters.
right?
Yeah, that is totally, it's all, just pulling out the martini glasses
That's
are
right.
fun. And we have, you know, again, our sandwiches, these fun chips and everything, and the pretzels. You can put nuts out, you can put,
Yeah.
you know, sweet and salty pretzels and everything. It's all about having fun. But this is, again, 2 items you probably already have at home.
That's right.
I just like it, you know, it's kind of one of those traditions around this time
Yes.
because, you know, we're still having a little bit of fun, but we got to have the tradition.
Exactly.
So,
So
Chris, tell us.
everybody and their mother right now has eggnog in all the stores. It's literally
Yes.
everywhere now.
Low fat, no fat,
Right,
dairy
right.
free, da da da.
It's
Yeah,
always that season where it goes from pumpkin spice to eggnog, right?
it does.
So eggnog it is. So everybody has eggnog and everybody has those wonderful pitchers. So
Yep.
if you want to, we pour in about half, right? And then again, you have that brandy or rum or whiskey just hanging around the house, right?
Yes.
For this reason. I do about
I have it for sauteing,
Well, I
you know,
guess
shallots and butter, but welcome to Chris. He's so
I was
silly.
going to say I'm not that fancy. So
This is why we're friends.
That's right, right? So I like to put in about I like to go, you know, it's like a half cup, which is 4 ounces typically, but you can even do it more if you want. The more boozy, the better sometimes.
As I always say, your house, your rules.
That's right, that's
Okay?
right. So I don't really measure this one out, but if you want to measure it out, you can. But I mean, I just kind of go, I do a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I just am stopping there.
Okay.
That's pretty much my stuff. Now, you can mix this up if you want to, but you can just literally have that mixed together. Now, the last thing that I do, I always like to add a little bit more nutmeg spice. And so if you want to do the whole one and grate it yourself, that's cool. But
So me, I couldn't leave it alone.
absolutely.
You know, Chris was like, hey, do you have some nutmeg? Welcome to my house. Well, I said, hey, let's take it to the next level, and I toasted it. So it
Ooh.
has that little bit of fun.
Oh my gosh,
And
it smells
so-
so good.
again, the house smells great.
Yes.
And it gives another dynamic. And don't forget, when you open your spices, you want to make sure that they smell great.
Yes.
Okay? So I'm going to put this in.
That's right. And we just put it on top. Obviously, it will start melding in. You can kind of mix it in if you want to. But as you pour it, it will start going into those drinks. And I think it's just a really easy way to make another cocktail that literally you have just from stuff hanging around your house. You know, some kind of that rum or whiskey that's just hanging around in the back of your pantry. The eggnog that you just got, and you're like, I want a little cup of. Now you're making a cocktail, right?
Or my favorite is, we have that little bit.
Yep.
What should we do with it?
Exactly.
Let's bring it.
Exactly.
Okay, and everything. I'm gonna let Chris pour this one. I've got 2 great glasses and everything. So Chris, go ahead.
Absolutely.
I'll let you finish this up.
Certainly. Yeah, so I sometimes do this over ice if you want to, or you can do this actually a little bit warm sometimes. But really great last minute, if you got those people just coming over for it, a really great thing. And of course, cheers to you.
So Chris and I want to say thank you. And like I said, here are all his fun bar ideas.
That's right.
And everything. And then don't forget our wonderful sweet potato tortilla chips. This is our prosciutto with the pepper jelly. We have, again, welcome to Chris, all about the Martini, our mulled wine.
That's right.
In our, again, welcome to registry. I know you can dig that out, that
That's
fondue
right.
pot. I have a beautiful brie with apricot jam, our chicken sausage, and our honey and goat. Here is our wonderful mulled wine. Don't forget that Moscow Mule.
Right.
Put away those glasses. And then we have some candied pretzels. And again, if you look at this whole idea, I went ahead and I put it on a mirror and I just put some ornaments in there and you're all set, ready to go. So again, Chris, thanks for joining me in the kitchen.
You're welcome.
Cheers, everybody. Enjoy your holiday.
Okay, well, thank you so much. It looked like you guys had a fun time together.
Was.
Oh, good. So we're happy to take some questions. We do have one question that was originally from the first recipe. I don't, it was about the caramel sauce you were using on the rim. And someone's asking, what's the ingredient in place of the caramel? Can you just talk about what that item was?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was using a kind of like a chocolate. It's like a white chocolate syrup. It was actually the dulce de leche is what it's called. But again, caramel sauce, any honey, simple syrup, agave, anything to kind of make it that sticky rim allows for that peppermint to kind of stick to it.
Okay, good. So there's lots of options there.
Exactly.
Okay. So, because I'm going to ask you, so what is could you tell us, like, beyond these kind of holiday themed drinks, what are some kind of trends in cocktails right now? Like, what are cocktails that are kind of really, like Moscow Mule's been kind of popular now for a number of years. Like, what do you see as being like the next new popular cocktail that you're going to see on everyone's menu?
You know, there's a lot of people who are coming back around to brandy. And so like sidecars are certainly becoming more popular. I think more towards those traditional cocktails of Manhattan and old fashions, and kind of doing some fun things with them in a way that you haven't seen before. But I do think that some of those fun cocktails with brandy are certainly going to be fun. Brandy Alexander is always delicious.
Okay, good. Let's see, we have a question. Someone would like to know, they're not fond of white chocolate. What can you substitute in the martini? Yeah.
So it's a white chocolate liqueur, but again, you could do whichever you want in there. I like to always, I can do Bailey's in there. So like a cream liqueur, if that's something that's more palatable for you. Again, you don't have to do that specifically. If you like dark chocolate, you could do a dark chocolate Godiva, or a dark chocolate liqueur in there to make it a little bit
Sorry,
of
Chris,
a
hate to interrupt. Remember last year, it was all about rum chata.
Oh, that's true. It was about rum chata. Absolutely. No, thank you for the reminder, because that's also another great option.
It was so last year, rum chata.
I know. I forget about that. It's so good with a little bit of like, I like cinnamon whiskey with it too. Kind of gives it a cinnamon toast kind of flavor profile. Mm.
So let's see, we have a question from someone who would like to know, are Tom and Jerry's and hot buttered rum things of the past?
Hot butter rum, definitely not. I think people are definitely coming back around to it, especially as the colder weather is upon us. I think hot toddies and hot butter rums are definitely in season. The mulled wine for right now, especially when it's cold outside. I got into my car this morning and I was kind of chilled to the bone, if you will. And so having a nice warm cocktail at the end of the day is really a great thing. As far as a Tom and Jerry, I think, it's definitely something that it may make its way back to a cocktail list in form or fashion, but maybe not in that same name, if you will.
Okay. Well, good. Well, it looks like we just have some nice comments that people enjoyed the presentation, and I'm wishing everybody a happy holidays. So if there are any other questions, I just want to thank you both for joining us and preparing the video and the recipes for us. And to everyone who joined us, all of our patrons, thanks for joining us tonight. We hope to get to see you more. We still have programs going on through kind of the third week in December. So you can go, the best place to find out what we're up to is by going to our online calendar, which you can find at calendar.vapld.info. And that's where you can see our latest schedule. And then we're back in January with a very busy month of all kinds of things. So we look forward to continuing to see you. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you very much. Ooh.